on to you, Leos. After this, 2 more videos. But anyway, so for you, Leos, you have the 6 of Michael, the 10 of Ariel, and then you, Leos, have the divine guidance. So for you, Leos, some of you Leos are being, okay, some of you Leos know what you're going to do. 5, 10, 15 steps. You're already thinking 15, 20 steps ahead. You're going to do this, then this, then this, then this. If this doesn't work out, then here's a backup plan to be able to do this, 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 this. Says the 6 of Michael, 10 of Ariel, and the divine guidance. That's part of the reason why you got the divine guidance in the first place, because you Leos just understand what you're going to do. You know that things are working out for you. And the 6 of Michael and the 10 of Ariel, things are working out for you. So things are looking up, like I said. So because of the fact that they're looking up, you Leos just know what you want to do. You have an idea of what you want. The Ace of Michael and the Queen of Gabriel right here speaks to how you Leos, you just paying attention to who's coming around, if anyone is coming around at all. And if you're not paying attention, that's something that you Leos need to start doing, because the more you have is the more you want to be responsible. The more you're responsible for, the more you need to be smart. This is why, as I keep saying, new levels, new devils. Because a person who may be a vagrant, and I'm not, and again, I'm not knocking those people, but I'm saying that, like, a person who's a vagrant, who doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together, right? They have some things to worry about, but they have a lot less to worry about than a person who runs a business worth millions of dollars. They have a lot less to think about than that type of person who has that business that's gaining millions of dollars. Why? Because they have employees to pay. Right? On top of the basic things that the vagrant has. See, when you're a vagrant, all you got to worry about is where's the roof coming from that's going to be over your head, and how you're going to figure out a way to sustain yourself and stuff like this. How you going to eat? But if chances are, if you're making enough to put a roof over your head, more than likely you probably have enough to put some food in your mouth too, right? Go to put some water in a bowl, like ramen noodles, right? Okay, now, why I'm saying all that to say that it's like what Biggie said, more money, more problems. As a matter of fact, I just heard this song before, I say about 20, 30 minutes before I actually turned this camera on, which is ironic. More money, more problems, right? Because you got to think about your employees. You got to think about yourselves. You Leos have more things to think about. Like, if the people around you coming around you because they legitimately want to see you win and they have skills to contribute, or is it that they coming around you because they like that money? Right? Not to mention, what are you going to do with the money? Because again, the IRS, FBI, all this other type of stuff, you gotta spend money on things in a way that has you accountable for those things, right? Especially if you run a business, right? A person who has $50 million in a business after expenses has a lot more, has to be a lot more strategic about how to spend that 50 million than the person who spends that, who has a $1 million after expenses, before tax time, or before the ending of tax time. And the reason for that is because it's the truth. This person has to figure out ways on how they're going to spend it. Now, why is this so important? The Ace of Michael and the Queen of Gabriel, right? You have to be able, you have to, see, people want to talk about control and stuff like this, but that's what it is that people who do big things do. They control their destiny. They control who's around them to a certain extent, or they influence them. They influence who's around them. They influence who's coming into their world. They have to, because they're the ones that's making the money come in, that's making the money generate. So the Two of Michael, the Moon, and the Four of Gabriel right here represents how a lot of you Leos, right? So a lot of you have great things coming to y'all. Here's the situation though. Now that great things are happening to you, because you took a little bit of a dive last year with all these like different, this person popping up, this, that, and the third happening to you. Now you Leos feel like, what is going on? Right. Well, now, okay, the Two of Michael, the Moon, and the Four of Gabriel. These three cards right here speaks to how you Leos happen to be in a very good spot. Why are you in a very good disposition? Because you worked hard for years. And the Two of Michael, the Moon card, and the Four of Gabriel, it speaks to how again, being a lot more deliberate about who it is that you Leos choose to have around you. Two of Michael and the Moon card, a lot more secretive, a lot more of a need to be intentional with how you move. And then the Four of Gabriel speaks to that being my point, right? So the Four of Gabriel is more about like you're building something that other people can't necessarily see. Maybe some people can, but they can't necessarily see what you're building. You Leos took a little bit of a dive, and now you're building the life that you have back, but you're building it back better. And if they're going to be in your life, they have to contribute something valuable. So the Epiphany and the Six of Ariel is about how, so they better be able to contribute something or get lost. You know, never have someone in your life just for free, just hanging around, just not doing anything. I'm not saying for you to charge them, right, like you charging them up, because it's not transactional, or unless it is, right, like a real business action. But other than that, don't have people in your life just standing around not bringing value in. Never, never, because those are the same type of people that are parasites. They will stand next to you and you'll be cool to them and you'll give them stuff for the sense of like compassion, but they'll drain you, but they won't care about you after you essentially have been drained. Fetty Wap, and I've talked about this before, I don't remember what zodiac sign Fetty Wap is. I think it could be a Gemini. Regardless, I don't remember what zodiac sign Fetty Wap is. But Fetty Wap is broke. He spent $22 million on himself and his homies. And when the money ran out, his homies left him. And he talked about this years, because he's been having a spending problem for years. And his homies never told him to stop. His homies never, was like, let me go find something to do. Let me go put myself on some sort of game myself so I can have money, so I don't have to look to you. I can actually do this for myself, and you can keep more of your money because you ain't got to spend money to have me come along or any of that stuff. I got it. They won't do any of that. They just sitting there looking at him. That's why it is I was saying, don't have people around you just sitting there talking about how it is that they cool with you or whatever. Bump that. This goes right back into what I was saying about people aren't transactions, but at the same time, they need to be bringing value in. I would never, I could, from the perspective of me getting stuff, I could never just sit there and be good with myself. and just be okay with having somebody just give me stuff, and never tell the person thank you, never tell the person I love you, never tell the person we're like friends, never tell the person, excuse me, not friends, we're like family members, never give back to the person, never say anything heartfelt, never be appreciative. That's not even in my nature to be sitting there taking. I'm taking, right? But then I don't give anything back. That's not even in my nature. I would feel a certain kind of way. I would feel bad about myself to have to do some goofy stuff like that where I'm taking, but I'm never giving back. But then I'm like okay with myself to take and like not give back and like don't even care about the person who's making sure that I'm good. They really don't have to be doing this. So you Leos have to watch out for yourselves too, of like fake friends or anybody that you got around you that could be showing up at around this time. Don't tell anybody about the money that you have. Don't mention it. Don't say anything. Stay away. If a person says that, if a person is mentioning your money, stay away from that conversation. Tell them, yeah, I hear you, I got you. And then stay away from them for the rest of your life, right? Stay away from them. Try not to bring too many people around, your humble abode. I'm telling you the mistakes that I made. So, because your life is going real well and your life is about to get better for real. So you Leos got to be very careful about like you don't want stalking individuals to pop up at your door. Hey, what's going on? I was in the neighborhood. What you mean you was in the neighborhood? What you mean you was in the neighborhood? I live in Manhattan and you live in Queens. What you mean you in the neighborhood? What you mean? That's a whole different borough. What you mean? So let's clarify the 6 of Ariel. For people who are not from New York, Queens is a whole different borough. Like you have the island and then you have upstate. Okay? The boroughs are islands that are broken up and we call them boroughs. You have Manhattan, Staten Island, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens. I live in Manhattan, okay? All right? I ain't gonna say specifically where. That's why. But I live in Manhattan. Queens is kind of far away. I ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of far away a little bit. It's a subway ride. It's a bus ride. It's kind of far away, okay? So, what the point I'm trying to make here is that it would be off for a person to be like, yo, I'm in the neighborhood. I was in the neighborhood just regularly, because people from different boroughs, there's no real need for the most part to leave your borough. I'm not saying that people don't leave their borough. Of course, every day. People come from different boroughs and go to different boroughs for work and whatever else every day. But I'm saying that whatever borough you from, it has stores there. It's not like the suburbs like that. So you can get pretty much whatever you want in your borough. So it's weird when a person from Queens, which can get fast food, ambulance, like it has their own ecosystem, be like, oh, I'm in a neighborhood, but I'm in Manhattan. It's weird because it's like, how are you in my neck of the woods and you living kind of far? Like, how you... So that was the inside joke. So let's clarify the 6 of Ariel. How are you in my neck of the woods talking about you in the neighborhood and you living kind of far, dude? Like, so you have the 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands, King of Cups, yep. The 8 of Pentacles, oh snap. And then you have the 4 of Cups, excuse me. So to clarify the 6 of Ariel. So like the 6 of Ariel would be like the 6 of Pentacles. So that's my point. Like the epiphany in the 6 of Ariel understanding reciprocity, right? It's not about charging people up, and it's not about transactionalism. It's about making sure that people aren't in your life and they're just stuttering and standing around and gaining so much from you. But in actuality, when you Leo sit back and truly pay attention and ask questions, they actually don't give you any value like that. Because I've met and I've had plenty of people who are like that, where it's like they're like, oh, you cold, you ruthless now. It's like, nah, that's not what it is. It's the fact that you don't bring value. You're not bringing value to me. You're not doing anything. And they're just like, oh, well, they're trying to spin it, right? They're spin doctors. They're like, oh, well, you objectifying me. It's like, no, I care about you as a human being. But at the same time, there's a point in time where I used to pay people's bills. But you're not bringing value to me, though. So, and you emotional, and you got a problem. Like, I ain't with all of that. Like, you got all this sourpuss energy. Tell me if I'm lying. Like, you got all this sourpuss energy, but then at the same time, you got a problem with me. But then I'm helping you pay your bills. Like, stop playing with me. And so, the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups right here speaks to how, and so that's my point. Like, you Leos, you have too much to lose, which means that you have to be smarter. New levels, new devils. The new devil in your life is all the fake individuals that may want to come by and think that they're smart. Now, all of a sudden, they want to be extra friendly or whatever. You got to pay attention to see if a person is going to bring value into your life, and what they do bring into your life, is it constructive, or is it on some you're gonna go down with the ship by being associated with them? Because, like, you know how some hood individuals will attach themselves to you, and you know what I'm saying, they making themselves kind of hot, calling themselves your little bodyguard and stuff like this. Like, get out of here, yo. Get out of here, fam, because I'm trying to do things the right way, and you making it hot. Like, I'm trying to employ you legally, but like, you making it difficult. You want to stay away from those types of people, Leo. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.